All right, guys. So, since I'm not going to be here in the morning tomorrow, I'm going to make you guys just a nice little video just so you understand what's going on with this lesson today. And Miss G hopefully will be able to help you as well. Just to go over some of the vocabulary, you were supposed to read this before Monday, but just to reiterate a little bit, the central angle obviously is in the center of the circle. And the central angle, the measure of the angle is equal to the measure of this arc. And when you think about the measure of an arc, you need to think in terms of degrees, not in length. So the measure of this arc in degrees is going to be equal to the measure of this angle in degrees. So they're pretty much the same thing. So if this angle was 30 degrees, this arc would be 30 degrees. And then moving on to minor, major, and semicircle. A minor arc that's the arc that is less than 180 degrees. So if you want to make a little note out to the side here, less than 180, and that was on the homework check as well. When you're labeling a minor arc, you're always going to have two letters, and that's kind of a nice way so that you can tell the difference between a minor, major, or a semicircle. So the minor arc will always have two letters. The major arc, that is always going to be greater than 180. And that one will always have three letters. So it uses three letters when you're labeling it. And when you're labeling it, you kind of just go around in order. So whatever order the letters are, that's how you would label it. And then for the semicircle, that one is going to be equal to 180 degrees. And the semicircle also uses three letters. And that'll help you, like if I ask you for the measure of arc AB, you know that it's going to be a minor arc, so the answer will be less than 180. So that will kind of help you. And then we have what we call adjacent arcs. They're arcs that are just next to each other. And then congruent arcs, those are arcs that are equal to each other. And then I can't even read the last one, my printer messed up. So, but you can read it on your paper. All right, so I'm going to do a couple of examples with you guys. Okay. All right, so if the measure of a central angle is 90 degrees, what is the measure of the arc? Well, the arc is going to be equal to the angle, so it is 90 degrees as well. And again, just remember that the central angle, you can write it up here if you want to, central angle always equals arc. Number two, given arc AB is on a circle, what are the possible measures of the arc? Again, arc AB has two letters, so it has to be less than 180. Given arc ABC is on a circle, what are the possible measures of the arc? This is three letters, so it has to be greater than or equal to 180. And if we have a semicircle, so given arc ABC is a semicircle, which is 180 degrees, and the measure of arc AB is 60 degrees, what is the measure of arc BC? Keep in mind that AB and BC are going to be next to each other. So if the whole arc together is 180 and part of that is 60, well, you take 180 minus 60 and you get 120. And that is going to be your answer. What does the diameter do to a circle? It cuts it in half. And then what is the measure of the arc on either side of the diameter? It's going to be 180 degrees. And this will always help you because whenever you see a diameter, you automatically know that the arcs on the left and the right side of the diameter will be 180 degrees. And that's going to help you solve for some other arcs. So number 7, we'll find all of these measures together. And again, I always like to look at the number of letters just so I know what my answer is going to look like. So this little M here, keep in mind that means measure of. So measure of arc MN, it has two letters, so we know the answer will be less than 180. And again, if you just follow the order of the letters, And I'm assuming there's a line coming out here. My paper cut it off. So for arc MN, you're looking for this arc here, which means you're also looking for this angle because they are the same thing. Well, guess what? This angle is going to be equal to, draw that line over there, 73 degrees. And if you think back to last semester, these angles are vertical angles, so they're going to be equal. So if these angles are equal, then these arcs are going to be equal. So this angle is 73 degrees right here, because this angle is 73, and therefore this arc is 73 degrees. And I always like to fill in the arcs as I go. That way it can help me with the picture, especially when you have multiple arcs that you're finding with one single picture. Number 2, the measure of arc in Q. That is this arc starting at N. You're going around to Q. And again, keep in mind that this arc here, it is still a minor arc, even though we have 3 letters here. This arc into Q is still less than half a circle. It's less than 180 degrees. So if we know N to P is 81, and we can figure out P to Q by using this diameter. And keep in mind, there are multiple ways to solve these problems. However you get the right answer, I don't care. This is just the simplest way that I think. So if you take 180 minus 81 minus 73, we can get this little piece in here. So that'll be 180 minus 81 minus 73. And if we do 180 minus 81, that is 99. So 99 minus 73, 27, 26. So this little thing here is 26 degrees. And then if we add it to NP, because again, to find NQ, you're going to add NP plus PQ. And 81 plus 26 is 107. Another way you could have done it, we know that this is a diameter, so this arc here is 180 degrees, and you could have taken 180 and subtract 73, and you get the same answer. For number 3, NQR, I know we have 3 letters here, so this arc is going to be greater than or equal to 180. And again, just follow the order of the letters. So N through Q, all the way to R. Well, guess what? There's your diameter. It's half a circle, so it's 180 degrees. The last one, we have MRP. So if you start at M, again, we know it's going to be greater than or equal to 180 degrees. So starting at M, follow the way around. We go through R to P. Well, we know from M to Q, that's a diameter, so that's 180. And then we already figured out PQ, which is 26. So if you just take 180 plus 26, and you get 206. So that is how you're going to find arcs. Given that 2 circles have a radius of 4 and 5, are the circles congruent? They are not, because the radii are different. We'll put a big fat no there. The bottom theorems here, we have the inscribed triangle theorem and the inscribed quadrilateral theorem. For the inscribed triangle theorem, let me fill this in real quick. So it looks like yours, something like that. So anytime you have a diameter that is the side of an inscribed triangle, that triangle is automatically going to be a right triangle. And hopefully you can see that this is the right angle here. You have your L forming. For the inscribed quadrilateral theorem, this one's a little easier. Opposite angles are going to be equal to 180. So if you add them up, B plus D is 180, A plus C is 180. The following examples, we're going to do some algebra with these, and then you should be good to go on your own. And if you need extra help, Miss G can help you. All right. So for these, I'm just going to do the top 2 at the top because they both have, the first one's the inscribed quadrilateral, and the second one is the inscribed triangle. So solving for x here, and again, you would just add up these angles together, set them equal to 180. So we have 3x minus 8 plus 5x plus 2 equals 180. Use algebra, solve for x. Combine like terms, you get 8x. Negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. Add 6, so 8x equals 186. Divide by 6, or divide by 8, and that is your answer. For number 2 here, again, we know that AB is the diameter, so we have a right triangle. This is going to be the right angle. Now, this one's a little different because these are angles, angle measures here. So, and we have a triangle. So anytime we have a triangle, all three of these angles will be 180 when you add them together. And I believe that is 1/2 x. It is. So we have 1/2 x. I'm going to go ahead and add the 90 degrees. And then we have 1/3 x plus 5 equals 180. Again, use a calculator here to combine like terms. You can leave it as a decimal if you want to. 1/2 plus 1/3. Let's see. And we can also do this by hand, hopefully. So that would be 5/6. So 5/6x plus 95 equals 180. And again, just solve for x here. So subtract 95, dividing by 5/6. Again, just do that in the calculator and you'll get the right answer. So I will be available on Tuesday to answer any questions you have. As long as you have this part done, and I want you to at least try the classwork practice problems. You won't have a homework check tonight, but you will have one Tuesday night. So I will see you guys later.